LA Mayor Eric Garcetti just finished doing a State of the City television broadcast where he talked about how wonderful everything is in Los Angeles thanks to his good work. So I thought we ought to take a look at some of that good work. Driving up Main Street toward City Hall, we see nothing but tents lining the streets for 7 blocks. Oh, and all that space between the camera and the sidewalk is where they ripped out 2 traffic lanes to make a dedicated bike lane. It's made driving down here just an absolute joy. What we're going to see as this video goes along is that every street surrounding City Hall in Los Angeles is covered with the tents of the homeless. And yet, our mayor, Eric Garcetti, and our city council think everything in Los Angeles is just fine. Closer to City Hall, the tents switch over to the right side of the street, and the east entrance at City Hall is directly on the opposite side. How could Garcetti have missed this? Is he wearing his face mask over his eyes? Or does he simply never come to work? Does he think he can tell us this stuff, and none of us are going to see with our own eyes that it just isn't that way? Things are not okay in Los Angeles. Likewise with Governor Newsom. The homeless situation isn't confined to Los Angeles. It exists in every major city in California. I've made a loop around and I'm approaching City Hall from Sunset on Spring Street, where the western entrance is. And again, there's homeless encampments lining the street. I guess Garcetti must blink when he drives past. Behind the black fence is what used to be a section of Grand Park. Here's a shot of what the park looked like seen from the observation deck at City Hall in 2019. The park was overtaken by the Black Futures Project during the BLM riots of summer, and it was turned into the homeless encampment that you see in this clip. On the opposite side of the street, the entrance to City Hall is still behind barricades from the 2020 riots. And a little farther down we have more tents. I guess the good folks at City Hall have been too busy to notice the change. Here's a look at it from Broadway. A block farther up when we cross the 101, we run into another homeless encampment that runs up to Sunset and along Sunset. These tents are in one of the most upscale parts of downtown Los Angeles. It makes me think of when I was a kid and I saw pictures of Rio. There were these beautiful luxury high-rises on the beach, surrounded by tents, and people living out of boxes. Even as a kid, all I could think was how corrupt their government must be. And now it's happening in my own country. And all I can think is how corrupt my government must be. This is Arcadia Street. It runs alongside the 101 freeway on the north. This is only 2 blocks from City Hall. The tents line on both sides. Notice the modern luxury apartments in the background. We're looping back around and we're on Aliso Street, which runs along the south side of the freeway. It's also lined with tents. Crossing over the freeway on Los Angeles Street is one of the more artistic encampments, with City Hall towering in the background. Just a couple of blocks south of City Hall, notice how many of the businesses are boarded up and out of business. This is something that you'll notice all over Los Angeles right now. A lot of boarded up businesses and a lot of for lease signs. And here we are, more tents and more empty businesses. Do you think there might be a relationship? Here's a homeless help desk they put in, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. The truth is, the homeless encampments aren't just here at City Hall, or in MacArthur Park, or Echo Park, or Venice Beach, or the other places where we've shown you. You're going to find them anywhere in the city. As we wrap up, we're crossing over the freeway on Los Angeles Street one more time and taking a last look at City Hall towering over the human misery. Billions have been spent to fix the problem, and it only gets worse. How Mayor Garcetti and the members of the Los Angeles City Council can drive through this each day on their way to work and not realize that they failed to do their jobs is the great mystery of our times.